Hi, it's Jackie Stevens. We are going to do a gentle Hatha class this morning. You don't really need any props. The only thing you might want is a blanket or a towel nearby to use as a little bit of padding, but that's really all you'll need. And this class, we're going to talk about and think about something that's in the Yoga Sutras. It's Yoga Sutra 2.46, and it reads, Sthira Sukham Asana. And what that translates to is, posture should be stable and comfortable. So we are going to focus today on finding the strength and ease in our postures, finding what makes us strong when we are holding a posture for several breaths, but how we don't want to be rigid in that posture. We want to have ease. That frequently comes with our breath. Sthira is the strength or stability. It comes when your muscles are evenly engaged but not tense. And then Sukha is the good space, which arises when the joints and bones, I want to read this because I like it. When the joints and bones are harmoniously aligned with gravity and the muscles are free from strain. You can tell you're there when your breath is flowing easily, even though you're in what might be considered a harder position. We don't go above down dog. We're doing everything either from our back to tabletop, to a middling position. And so nothing will be too crazy hard here, but there are some strength building moves. So go ahead and get your stuff if you need anything. I hope you enjoy class, and I'll see you soon. Namaste. And to start, I'm going to ask everyone to take a position on your back. Just go ahead and come to a reclined place. Leave your feet on the floor with your knees pointing up. Your back is nice and long and flat on the floor. Arms are down alongside of you. And then pause for a moment just to make sure that your back is aligned as it should be. So we're not really pressing the spine into the floor, but we're letting it lie there heavily. And you should be able to feel the natural curves at the low back and at the upper back, especially around the neck area. So just take a moment and make sure that you're nice and comfortable. If it feels appropriate, go ahead and stretch your legs long. If you stretch your legs long and you feel a lot of stress at your low back, then go ahead and bring the feet to the floor again. So pause here, coming almost into a Shavasana type pose. Let your arms move away from you. Draw the shoulder blades down and together, moving the shoulders away from the ears. And then begin to get in touch with your breath. Simply observing it. You don't quite have to alter your breath just yet, but go ahead and watch the breath, feeling it moving in and out of your nostrils. And we're going to begin to develop our three-part breath. So begin to breathe into the belly. The inhale will lift the belly button away from the spine. The exhale relaxes the belly back. The inhale will press the belly away from the spine. The exhale softens the belly back. If you would like, you can bring your hands to your belly so that you can get in touch with your breath. And if your arms are out to the sides, allow your palms to be upward. That makes just a little extra space in your chest for us to get into our breath. And as you're ready, begin to bring the breath up into the ribs on the inhale. So with the inhale, the belly will move up, the ribs will move away from one another. And with the exhale, the ribs draw together, the belly draws back towards the spine. As this breath begins to come easier, with the exhale, begin to draw the belly button back with intention. We are going to be working with our strength, our sitra. So we do need to begin to engage the core a little bit. So as you inhale, the belly lifts, the ribs move away from one another, and with the exhale, the ribs draw back together, and we intentionally draw the belly button back. Continue to breathe this way for a few more moments, starting to get into the rhythm. And noticing that when you inhale, you're not arching your back off of the mat. Rather, your back is staying heavy and the front and back of your body are separating. The breath is making space there. And you may begin to feel that breath moving up towards the collarbones. As you inhale, let the front of the body lift. And as you exhale, the collarbones fall, the ribs fall together, and we draw that belly button back. Taking a few more breaths, filling up your torso with air. Starting to find the strength in your breath. And beginning to think of yourself as being in that yogic bubble, where you use your full energy and intention for your practice. Go ahead and bring your feet back to the floor of an inhale. And as you exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a good squeeze in. And if it feels appropriate, lift the forehead up towards the knees, giving yourself a nice big hug in. Releasing the head back down. Take your hands to your knees and go ahead and circle the knees away from you. So as you inhale, circle the knees out, and as you exhale, draw the knees together and towards the body. Move slowly, move with your breath. And then reverse whatever direction you're moving in. The inhale will still draw the knees away from you. The exhale will draw the knees together. And then coming back to center, give yourself that good squeeze in. And let's bring our arms down alongside of us. We're going to move into Apanasana, which will give us a little bit more warming up at the core and low back work. So with your arms down alongside of you, your chin tucked in slightly. On the inhale, go ahead and stretch your legs straight up in the air. And on the exhale, let the knees fall in towards the chest. Inhale, stretch the legs up straight. Exhale, draw the belly button back as you draw the knees in. Inhale. Exhale. Take a few more movements. Good. The knees can be somewhat separated. They can be closer together. And of course, at the top of your inhale, pressing out through the heels gives you a nice long stretch. Good. As you draw the knees into the chest, wrap your arms around, give yourself a squeeze in. Go ahead and lift your forehead up to your knees and then cross your right ankle over your left. Take your hands and reach for your ankles or feet and then release the head down. At the same time, you draw the knees in so that the ankles are crossed, the knees are separated slightly, but it's all drawn in towards your body. We're going to take 5 breaths here. Good. I like to start gently getting into the hips. Finding the ease in our practice. The comfortable place where the rhythmical breath is helping to open us up. Release the hands. Inhale, stretch the legs up for a moment. And go ahead and circle at the ankles. Noticing any snaps, crackles, or pops. Reversing the ankles so they're moving in the other direction. And then drawing the knees into the chest. Lift the head up to the knees, crossing the left ankle over the right, reaching for your feet, your ankles, your shins, and then releasing the head down as you draw the knees into the chest. Nice deep breathing. 5 good, deep, rhythmical breaths. Beautiful. Go ahead and release. Stretching the legs up in the air one more time. And this time, let's press out through the ball of the toes, wiggle the feet. Nope, ball of the foot, wiggle the toes, but hopefully you knew what I meant. And with the exhale, pressing out through the heels. Inhale, pressing out through the ball of the foot, wiggle the toes. Exhale, heels. Take these movements a couple more times, moving slowly, linking breath to movement. And then let's go ahead and draw the knees into the chest, setting the feet down on the floor, setting up for bridge. So your feet, your heels are either lined up with your sit bones, so roughly your mid-glute. Or if you know your low back or hips are tight, you can move your feet out a couple of inches just so the heels line up with the outside of the hips. Not too far. Let's bring our arms down alongside of us and remember to tuck your chin in gently. As you inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips, and let's lift our arms. Stretching the arms back behind us. Exhale, lowering down, arms down, hips down. Inhale, press into the feet, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. Take about 3 or 4 more of these. Slow down, there's no race. We want to feel our strength and the ease of our movements. Work with the breath. Beautiful. Very nice. You all slowed down. Excellent. So once you've done these last few, meet me at the bottom. And with an inhale, stretch your right leg up. With an exhale, bend the right knee and cross the ankle over the left thigh. So we're setting up for our reclined pigeon. Bring your right hand to your right thigh. Make sure it's not the knee. The knee is an unstable joint. We don't want to mess it up. So go ahead and bring your right hand to your right thigh, and with an inhale, press the knee gently away from you. Keep that right foot active, and breathe. Take 3 nice deep breaths here. And then go ahead and take your left hand to your right knee. Release the right hand. Actually, I'm sorry, it's more to your shin. And draw the knee towards the left shoulder. So you're taking a cross stretch here. And again, we're going to take 3 breaths. Right hand to right thigh. Inhale, press the knee away from you. Take 3 breaths, nice and deep. Feel the hip beginning to release. Take the left hand to the right shin and draw the knee towards the left shoulder. You do keep the right ankle kind of balanced on that left leg. And then go ahead and take the right hand to the right leg, pressing it away from you. We're going to go ahead and reach for our left hamstring now. So moving into our reclined pigeon, you can either grasp behind your left hamstring or your left shin, depending on what's more comfortable. Keep that right ankle active. Keep the left ankle active. Breathe deeply. Now notice if your chin is pointing up towards the sky and your upper back is arching, you might need to just reach for your hamstring. Move with the breath. Good. Take a quick peek up and make sure that that knee is lined up with the shoulder. Everybody looks good as best I can see. Beautiful. The strength here comes in part from your core. The exhale draws you in just a little bit deeper. Beautiful. I love to see all the animals that were walking around at the beginning of practice who have already settled down. That's one of my favorite things. All these nice kitties are nice and calm now. Go ahead and release the left leg, bringing the foot to the floor. Inhale, stretch the right leg up in the air and take whatever foot movement feels good to you. And then when you're ready, stretch the left leg up. And take movements with both feet. And when you're ready, set that right foot on the floor. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh and bring your left hand to your left thigh. Inhale, press the knee away from you. Take 3 deep breaths. And then bring your right hand to your left shin and draw it over. Draw the knee towards the right shoulder. 3 breaths. Left hand to left thigh. Inhale, press it away. Right hand to left shin, drawing the knee towards the shoulder. And then coming back to start. Reaching for your right hamstring or shin, drawing it in. Checking to make sure that the right knee is somewhat lined up with the right shoulder. Both of your heels are active. Then release the head down, drawing everything in comfortably. Good. And release the right foot to the floor. Inhale, stretch the left leg up. Take a few movements. And then stretch the right leg up to match. Take whatever little movements feel good. And then we're going to come up to a seated pose. I'm going to go ahead and rock up. But you can roll off to the side if you'd like and come up slowly, whatever works for you. Hi. So let's go ahead and find our comfortable seat. If you need a little blanket or anything to sit on, go ahead and find one. Rest your hands on your thighs. Close your eyes and find that 3-part breath again, breathing deeply. Remembering that we carry energy in our spine and thinking about how you're sitting right now. Take a little bit of a journey up and down your spine. Notice if there's any place where maybe you're leaning forward a little bit, or if your chin is raised enough that the back of the neck is smaller than the front of the neck. Noticing if your shoulders are curling in and causing the back to round. And then imagining that energy moving up and down the spine. Let's adjust our seat so that you are sitting up straight and the spine is free. So the chin is not so far into the chest that it's crimping off any energy in the front, and it's not so high up that it's crimping the energy in the back. Beautiful. Inhale, and as you exhale, let the chin fall to the chest. With an inhale, lift the chin up gently. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, lift the chin gently. Take a few more movements like this. We want to be only moving the top of our spine, our neck. So go ahead and make sure that the spine is long and the action is only at the top of the neck. And the next time you exhale, chin to chest, pause there for a moment. And then everybody's here. When you're ready, take an inhale to the chin over to the right shoulder. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Take a few more of these movements. Again, making sure that you are just moving the top of the spine, that there aren't any other curves or any other places where the energy in the spine cannot move freely. And of course, if it feels good to pause in one place and hang out there for a moment or two, just continue breathing as you do. And the next time that you've done the left, meet me at the center. And go ahead and inhale your head back to neutral. With an exhale, let the right ear drop to the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, left ear to shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. And again, take several more of these, lingering where you need to linger. Taking a moment to stretch any place that it feels extra yummy. And the next time you do your left side, meet me back at center. Take your time. Good. Bring your hands to your heart and sit up nice and straight, crossing your hands over your heart. As you inhale, open the arms, draw the elbows together. Exhale, hands over heart. Inhale, opening. Exhale, closing. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Good. Bring your hands off to the sides now. I have stumpy arms, so I come up on my fingertips. Make sure your shoulder blades are somewhat together and the shoulders are away from your ears. And then go ahead and inhale the right arm up, gently bend the elbow, and then tippy finger the left away from you. Keep that right hip on the floor. Make it heavy. That's where some of our strength comes from in order to get the stretch. This is a wonderful pose to examine both our strength and our ease. So make sure that that left shoulder, the supporting shoulder, is not hiked up near your ear. Make sure it's nice and away. And let that right hip be very heavy. That's your strength. And as you breathe into the right side and open up the ribs, feel the ease. Feel the rhythmical breath. Good. And with an inhale, stretch the right arm up, bring it to the floor. Pause for your exhale. Inhale the left arm up, bend the elbow so that the shoulder stays soft, and then tippy finger the right hand away from you, bringing the hand to the floor, maybe bending into the elbow. Now the left hip is heavy. And your gaze, of course, can be down at your right hand, it can be up under your left, it can be straight ahead, it can be anywhere. Wherever is comfortable for you. Breathing into the left side, feeling the strength and the openness. And inhale your way back up to seated. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, twisting to the left. So the right hand comes to left thigh, left hand is behind you. And bring the left hand close enough to your body so that you sit up straight. And the arm is like shadowing your spine. As you sit up straight, exhale and twist, looking over the left shoulder or neutral, or your gaze can stay more front. Your twist is coming from your waist. So where your head goes is not the important part for this twist. We want you to be nice and comfortable. Inhale, sitting up nice and straight. Exhale, really drag the belly button back and twist. Keep breathing. And then as you're ready, with an inhale, bring your chin to the front. Exhale and release. Good. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, twisting to the right now. Right arm lands behind you. Left hand is on the right thigh. Keep twisting. Use the belly button for strength. This nice, deep, rhythmical breath is going to fuel you. Give you strength, keep you in the present moment. With the inhale, let the chin move to the front, and exhale to center. Good. Let's stretch our legs out in front of us, coming into a forward bend. So press out through your heels so your toes move back towards you. Keep your knees a little bit loose. If we lock out the knees, we lose some of our flexibility, we lose some of our space. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, coming about a third of the way down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lowering about a third of the way down. Inhaling back up. Exhale about halfway down. Keep the knees soft. You'll start to feel your hamstrings. Inhale up, exhaling about halfway. Inhale up, and now exhaling down. So come to wherever it is that you feel your shoulders start to round. And for some of us, that may mean that we stay sitting up, and that's fine. Lower your arms so that your hands are either resting on your legs or next to your legs. Your gaze is down at your feet or your legs. Breathe deeply. Make sure the knees stay a little open here. Make sure they stay soft. Otherwise, we really are putting a lot of stress on the hamstrings. Breathing deeply. And stretch your arms out in front of you and lift up. Exhale, releasing the arms down. Let's bend the left knee, and bring the foot into the right thigh. The right leg is coming out directly from your hip. Inhale your arms up, and as you exhale, reach with your left hand for the outside of your right foot and stretch this right arm back. Good. Your gaze can follow that right thumb if it's possible. Breathe. And then go ahead and cross this right hand, bringing it to the the arch of your right foot. So then we release our hands and we release down over this right leg. Breathing deeply, so we're stretching the back of the body one side at a time. Nice deep breath. Checking in with your back, making sure it's not rounding too much. As soon as I looked up at the screen, I was able to see where I needed to adjust. Good. Inhale, make your way up. Stretch that left leg down straight. And just pause for a moment and notice the differences between the right and the left leg. And then bend the right knee, bringing the foot to the inside of the thigh. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, right hand to the outside of the left foot, and we stretch the left arm back. Take a couple of breaths, and then crossing the left hand to the arch of the left foot. Just bring yourself forward a little bit, and then release down. Make sure that you have this left foot engaged so that the knee stays safe. And of course, this left knee is a little bit soft. Whoops. Here's where I need to be. No, it was my oops. You guys look great. Breathing deeply, gaze is down at your foot or your leg. Good. Inhale, pressing your way up, stretching out your right leg now to meet your left and bouncing your legs a little bit. Let's go ahead and bring the soles of our feet together, and we're going to make a big diamond shape. I know we've been working a little bit at the hips. If your hips feel very open, go ahead and bring yourself in for more of a butterfly. If you're like me and the hips are always a bit of a struggle, go ahead and make a nice big diamond shape, bringing the feet away from you. Sit up nice and tall. And as you exhale, slowly lower down. Now what I like to do, and this helps keep my shoulders in the right alignment, is I like to weave my arms underneath my legs If you can do that, it helps bring you into the posture and it helps keep your back flat. Breathing deeply, finding that good rhythmical breath again. Looking for the strength of your breath and the ease in opening your hips and low back. Good. Let your knees open out as much as they can, and if you're sitting mostly upright, just go ahead and lift your chin a little bit. Good, that's perfect. 3 more deep breaths. And after you've done that third exhale, go ahead and press yourself up. Bring your hands to the outside of your thighs. Go ahead and bring your legs up. And let's just pause here for a moment. Let your muscles rebound a little bit. Good. And when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and come to our tabletop to cat-cow. So bring your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. If you'd like a little blanket or to maybe bring the edge of your mat up to pad your knees, please do. Your hands can be a little forward from your shoulders if need be. Not too far forward. And of course your arms are always strong. As you inhale, stretch the crown of the head and the tailbone away from one another. And with your exhale, rounding up, let the movement start at your belly button. As you inhale, stretch the spine long. And as you exhale, round up, really drawing the belly button back. Take these movements at your pace. Let each breath begin the movement. Good. Linger, as always, in the places that feel good to linger, but make sure that you continue to breathe. Excellent. Meet me at neutral. And we're going to go into our balance posture. So stretching the right leg back. Inhale, float it up. Now draw the belly button back and hold it firmly. Find your strength here. And then stretch the left arm out, thumb up. We hold here and breathe. Let your gaze be down at your mat. Your breath is deep and strong. The more you hold your belly button, the more you engage your core, the stronger you will feel. So when you feel your Sthira Sukha here, you feel the strength of the pose, but at the same time it feels a little like you're floating. It's a beautiful pose for our strength and ease. Inhale, stretch it long, and as you exhale, bring your elbow and your knee together. Inhale, stretching long. Exhale, elbow, knee together. Inhale, stretch strong. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale, long. Exhale, release the hand and the knee down. Take yourself back to child's pose. Let your big toes touch and your knees spread wide. Come down to the floor and then flip your palms up so that they're facing the ceiling And make fists with your hands and flick them open just to relax your wrists a little bit. And then coming to stillness, pause here for just a few moments. Bring the hands under the shoulders and come back up to tabletop for the other side. So we stretch the left leg back and then we lift it up when we're ready. We hold on to the core, we keep the belly button active, and then we stretch the right arm up, thumb up. Breathe here with your gaze down at the floor, trying to make sure that your arm and your leg are at roughly the same height. Finding your strength, keeping the breath flowing. Beautiful. And as you're ready, on an exhale, elbow and knee together. Inhale, stretching out. Exhale, elbow, knee together. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale, stretch. Release the right hand down and the left knee. Come to your child's pose. And find a way to release the wrists. You can, bring them to the front and bring the palms up, or, any of those things. You can also just come into a classic child's pose with your arms down alongside of you and the palms facing up. All of those things will help release the wrists and shoulders. Good. We're going to go ahead and come back up to our tabletop. And go ahead and stretch your right leg back this time. Take a moment to make sure you feel strong, your toes are pointing down, your hips are more or less level. You don't want this left hip to be moving up too high. Just nice and level and strong. And when you're ready, step that left foot in between your hands, coming to a lunge. Take that right knee back a little bit. If you need anything under that knee, go ahead and grab it. And as you're ready, now we're pressing nice and firmly into this left foot. Inhale, coming up. Take your hands and clasp them and bring them to your leg, to your left leg, and press the muscles away from you, making nice space here in the leg. Good. Square off the hips, your gaze is forward, and as you're ready, go ahead and inhale your arms up, bring them into cactus. Pause here for a moment and make sure that you feel nice and strong. You're stepping heavily into the left foot, lifting up out of the right hip so you're not collapsing into it. We're going to go ahead and do eagle arms. So bring your right elbow under your left, making your eagle arms, looking for your strength. Once you find your strength and you're in the pose, look for the ease, and that's going to be in your breath. As you are ready, inhale, lift the elbows gently, move the forearms away from your face. Pause here and breathe. That left hip continues to draw back. Good. Inhale, go ahead and release. bring your hands back down to the floor, and you're going to want to walk this left foot out just a little bit more. And then we're going to straighten the left leg. You can lift the toes or the foot off of the mat and bow down over that left leg as best you can, breathing into that left side. Making sure that you are lifting up. You don't want to be collapsing down. Good. Nice deep breaths. Beautiful. And then go ahead and roll forward until you're back to your lunge. We're going to tuck the right toes under, lift that leg, step the left leg back so we're in a momentary plank, and then come to down dog. Bend the knees, keep them soft, press the chest towards the thighs, and go ahead and pedal out your feet, taking that little bicycle movement. Good. Come up high on the balls of the feet, lifting the heels. Lower the heels, bend the knees. Come back to your tabletop, and we'll do the other side. Right leg stretches back. And then when you're ready, step the foot in between the hands. Step that left leg back. Pause for a moment to find your strength, and then lifting up, clasping your hands and bringing the hands to your right thigh, pressing the soft tissue away from the hips. You feel that it makes a little bit of space there, and that's what we want, is to make a little bit of space. Good. When you're ready, bring the arms into cactus, and this time we bring the left elbow under the right, making our eagle arms. When you are ready, when you feel strong and comfortable in this pose, inhale the elbows up and the forearms away from you slightly. Breathing deeply here. Beautiful. Release the arms, bringing the hands down to the mat. Walk that right foot forward a little bit. And then straightening the right leg, lifting the toes, bowing over the leg. Breathing deeply, making sure that your left hip is still over your left knee. You don't want to be coming forward or back. Good. Go ahead and roll the foot to the floor, coming to your lunge. Tuck the left toes under, hop up the leg. Step the right leg back to meet the left. And then press back to your down dog. Take some more movements here. Let's go ahead and we're going to take a little bit of stretch with each leg. So let's inhale the left leg up, bend the knee, coming to our little scorpion tail. You bring your left foot towards your right buttock. Make sure that your hands are nice and firm on the ground. Good. And then go ahead and bring your knee back to center, and we're going to move into our pigeon. So go ahead and aim your left knee for your left wrist. Bring the knee down to the floor. Walk that right foot back a little bit. And then find where you're comfortable. Pause upright for a moment. Make sure that your foot is situated properly. If you can bring your leg, your shin parallel with the top of the mat, terrific. I have to aim my left heel for my right hip bone. So once I'm comfortable, I'm going to slowly come down to my forearms. Pause here for a few moments unless you know your hips are really open and you can go all the way down. Some of us may stay here, some of us may stay upright. You find what works for you. And then when you're ready, slowly lower all the way down to the floor. Breathing deeply. Now there is still a little bit of strength in this pose. You aren't just laying here completely relaxed and laid out. You have a little bit of strength, of course, in our breath and in our hips to keep us squared off. And we continue with our good, deep, rhythmical breath. Now to come out of the pose, we're going to reverse what we did. So if you're laying flat, go ahead and bring yourself up to your forearms. And then slowly bring yourself up till you're resting on your hands. Tuck your right toes under, pop that leg up, and then stretch the left leg back and up. Take whatever movements feel good for you. Stretching the left leg. Keeping a nice strong down dog so that you can go ahead and stretch the leg. Good. And go ahead and bring the left foot to the floor, coming into your down dog. And let's inhale the right leg up, opening up the hip, taking our little scorpion tail with the right foot towards the left buttock, the knee up. Good. Squaring the knee off, bringing it back to center so the hips are equal. We move into our pigeon, bringing the right knee towards the right wrist. Then pausing upright for a moment, noticing how we feel from left to right. And if you need a little blanket or anything to put underneath your heel or anything like that, please do. And then bring your arms down to the floor. And then when you're ready, release all the way down, if that's appropriate for you this morning. Try to make sure that your hips are squared off as best they can be, that you're not, one hip is not raised up too much more than the other. About 30 more seconds. slowly begin to make your way out. So when you're ready, bring the forearms to the floor, pausing here. And then come up on your hands, straightening the arms, tucking the left toes under, and stretch up to your down dog. Stretch that right leg out in whatever way feels appropriate. Keep your down dog frame nice and strong, and then release the right foot down to the floor. Come to your hands and knees, and then come to your belly on the mat. Make a pillow with your hands. Rest your forehead on your hands, and go ahead and bend your knees and wave your feet slowly from side to side. Moving slowly as always with our breath. Good. Making your way back to center, release the legs down. Go ahead and bring your arms into cactus. We're moving into our half frog now. And turn your head to face the left side, to face left. Bending your left knee on the floor. So your knee is bent out directly from your hip. Your foot is directly under the knee. And you are resting. Breathe deeply. This is a pose where you really, really feel the ease of the position. Breathing deeply. Feeling that little bit of hip that might be raised off of the floor on the left side. Feeling it moving down towards the floor. Stretching our hips and knees, sometimes our inner groin. And it's just such a nice, I really like belly poses before we move into Shavasana. Good. Go ahead and bring the forehead to center. Stretch the left leg down beside you. And then gently turn the head to face right. Bending the right knee on the floor so that the right leg is making a right angle. And breathe. Find that good deep rhythmical breath again. If you need anything to pad that right knee, go ahead and use it. Bringing the forehead to center, stretching the right leg down on the floor. Just pause here for a moment, laying on your belly. You can wobble the knees and hips a little bit if you would like. And when you're ready, go ahead and roll onto your back. And bring your feet to the floor. Arms down alongside of you. Just pause for a moment and allow your back to relax. When you're ready, on an exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Stretch your arms into a T. Take a big breath. Let your belly stretch up towards your thighs. And with the exhale, let the knees move to the left, coming into a twist. Now the twist is yours. This is your practice. You know what feels best. So if it feels good to cross the top leg over the bottom leg, maybe stretch the top leg out. You can also bring the knees up closer to your armpit, or you can bring the knees down so that they're at a right angle with your hips. Those are very different stretches. Make sure that that right shoulder is on the floor, and your gaze can either be up at the ceiling or over to the right. Breathing deeply. The strength comes from your breath. This is another pose where the deeper you draw the belly button back, the more you get out of it. When you're ready, take a big inhale. And with your exhale, draw the knees up to the chest, stretching the arms away from one another. Inhale in place, and exhale the knees to the right. And again, take this position that was comfortable on the other side. Take the same position on this side. It's up to you what twist felt good, what you chose. So utilize that and continue to breathe deeply. Inhale deeply, and as you're ready, exhale, bringing the knees back to center. Go ahead and stretch your legs up in the air. Let them hang here for just a moment. And as you're ready, keeping your core slightly engaged the whole time, slowly release the legs down to the floor. When they get there, go ahead and stretch the feet away from one another. Let the arms come out to the sides and get comfortable for your Shavasana. Go ahead and use a blanket either to support your head or your knees. You can use anything under your knees if you'd like that little lift. Continue to breathe deeply. Find that good 3-part breath. Take a few more breaths. And then bring your focus up to the top of your head, to your scalp. Consciously relax your scalp, the top of your head. And as you relax your scalp, you're going to feel the relaxation moving down into your forehead. Allow any tension in your forehead to release. as the eyebrows move away from one another. The eyes lie heavily in their sockets, and all the little muscles around the eyes release and relax. Allow the focus to shift into your jaws. If you are holding any tension there, press the lips together gently, but let the teeth part. And feel the jaws release. As the jaws release, you will feel some of the tension in your neck releasing. Let it all go. Let the shoulders grow heavy and weigh down towards the mat. Allow the arms to soften. The fingers, the hands, the elbows are all soft. Bring the attention into your torso. By now, your breath has probably moved to its natural place, and if it hasn't, let it. Feel the softness that you've created in your torso, the openings. You may even feel more space around your organs. The breath should be flowing easier. And then bring your focus down to the hips. If you have tight hips or problems with your low back, your glutes might be tense. The big muscles have a tendency to grow tense to guard any injuries or sore spots. Make sure that the hips and the glutes are soft. Relax them as best you can. And then let that focus shift down the legs. The knees are soft. The legs are heavy. The feet are soft and moved away from one another. We release all the effort in our body, whether it's our breath or our body. All the effort is gone. We do feel the strength that we made. We do feel the grace that we brought to our inner selves with our practice. Let go of any effort whatsoever as the skin relaxes on the floor, the muscles relax on the skin, the bones relax on the muscles, and you just let go. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. Get in touch with your breath again, feeling the cool air moving into the nostrils, the warm air releasing. Noticing if your body is requesting any movement, if you would like to wiggle the fingers or toes, roll the head from side to side, or if you would just like to lie there in complete stillness. When you are ready, if you would like to take a nice long stretch from the tips of your fingers to the bottoms of your feet, stretching long, maybe from side to side gently. And then drawing the knees into the chest, rolling off to your right side, and pausing there just for a few moments, reflecting on the Sithra Sukha of your practice, the strength and ease. Noticing where you felt the strength and the ease. And knowing that if you carry the strength and ease with you off the mat, and you carry this into the rest of your day, this is key to bringing your yoga off the mat and into every aspect of your life. And it's something that will just happen. You won't necessarily know it, but you'll realize at some point that you are addressing problems, both from your strength, but also with some softness. And as you're ready, slowly making your way up to your seated position. Drawing the hands together at heart center, bowing the forehead towards the fingertips. I take this time to thank you all for joining me today. I'm honored to have had the teacher trainees with me this morning. Congratulations to each of you, and congratulations to the teacher. I like to take this moment to thank the teachers who came before us, who laid the foundations of knowledge that we follow to this day. To thank the teachers who walk alongside us and teach and learn alongside us. And of course, for the teachers who come next, the teachers who continue to carry the knowledge forward. Thank you to all of the teachers. Thank you all for joining me as the bright and shining light that resides within me and guides me on a daily basis honors the bright and shining light within each of you. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Namaste.